vision is bringing the digital life to the people in Africa for Africa. So we want to cooperate with the operator to change this situation, to improve it. In order to support the operator to do this work, we bring the latest one, the world-leading product we call the Rural Star, dedicated design for the rural area. This product is very light and also compact, and most important, the power consumption is very low. For the smallest configuration, they only need 100 watt, the power. So we can use several solar panels to provide the power supply.
Progress that's been made with making sure that people are covered has been impressive. So the coverage gap is not the major issue to challenge. It's really this usage gap, and how do we engage with people to help them understand why, give them reasons to actually get connected, but also give them the skills they need to be able to connect meaningfully. So it is a lot of training, it's a lot of skills programs, but also the ecosystem coming together to make sure that there is content, particularly local content in the right languages, and content that speaks to the needs of the people. That's really critical.
So we are doing some work to cooperate with some ecosystem partners to bring the entry-level smartphone to the rural. Currently, we can introduce the 4G smartphone with a bigger screen, just maybe $25, around that. So this price is much lower than before. So the people, they can buy the smartphone easily. And secondly, we cooperate with the operators to introduce some experience in other market to optimize their tariff to let the user can afford the tariff price. So this is the first thing for the ecosystem.
There's a lot you can do with smart feature phones and making sure that those are available for the right people. Obviously, services need to be priced correctly, and the ITU has set out some great guidelines for where they'd like to see that. But it really is this question of how do we get low-cost, affordable, but useful handsets into the pockets of the people that need to use them. And I think it's important just to say not just low cost but useful. If we make the phone too low cost and we sacrifice some features, then it becomes somewhat meaningless. So we need to make sure we hit that right balance of affordability and features, and obviously the ecosystem is a big part of that, but a huge player there are governments in terms of making sure they don't overtax those devices.
Actually, 5G development is better than the expectation. 5G commercialized mainly from the 2019 in the Middle East, Europe, and also some Asian market. Now we found that they develop very well. Some market already over 30% of the traffic running on the 5G network, and also 30% of users, 5G users. Globally, the user already reached 1 billion. So this is globally very good. And from last year to this year, in Africa market, the 5G also speed up. We found that maybe more than 10, even more, operators commercialize the 5G network. It's a time for 5G. Because the 4G, they already developed very well. The penetration more than 50%, and also the DOU is around 10 gigabyte. It's time for the 5G to provide more service, not only the 2C, and also they can provide a good experience home broadband. We call the FWA service. And also we are employing some 2B business with the operator together. For example, for the port, for the mining, for the hospital, like that. So in my mind, in next several years, it's quite important for the Africa. It's a very good time for the 5G. They will develop much faster than before, and will catch the whole waves in the global.
One of the things that we think is key is penetration of smartphones. because obviously that penetration shows you have a population who understands the value of connectivity, and they have the devices, they understand how to use them, take advantage of new technologies like 5G. And there, when you look at North Africa, you see a really great sign. You see that that penetration is high, above the global average in many cases. And what that does is that poises the continent, that poises North Africa in particular, to be ready to take advantage of 5G, so that when it is available, when those networks launch, it's in a much better position to be successful.